Liverpool fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man Sai. Alrighty, we went 1-0 down to Tottenham at their stadium. But it's not the end of the world. We have a second leg to look forward to at Anfield where we can hopefully turn it around. And Arne Slot himself mentioned in the press conference post-match, of all the matches, if you must lose one, then it's going to be one where you have a second leg, and especially a second leg at Anfield. Carabao Cup, EFL Cup, whatever you want to call it. Liverpool have the chance to make amends. Let's do it. Also, it's very, very interesting. I want to break down what Arne Slot specifically said in the post-match interview. So on the offside call that was announced in the stadium in VAR, why? The offside call is clear as day. The lines, if it's offside, it is what it is. It's clear as day. It's either yes or no. You don't need to announce it. He was completely right in saying it would be more interesting to see why the referee didn't give a second yellow card to Bergvall, for example. And if there's a bit of game intelligence, right, a bit of gamesmanship, what if a super intelligent player, right, when the ball came, you're thinking the Paulo Di Canio picking up the ball, no, bring the ball back, bring the game back. What if Nunes literally put his foot on the ball, stopped the ball dead on the spot and walked away? The referee would have no choice but to bring it back for the foul and bring up the second yellow card. Arne Slot's completely right. 40 yards away from goal, a man under with Tsimikas off the field, for example, or on the floor. Perfectly within your right to stop the game, force the referee's hand. That would have been amazing to see. Unfortunately, we didn't see it. What we did see was him scoring the winning goal when Tsimikas was off the field. Now, controversial. There's a point of contention in there as well. And it's a shame we got a sucker punch. But you know what? For everyone who's got the furore, and obviously this is back-to-back, right? Man United, 2-2 draw. Tottenham losing away. We've lost now the same amount of games we lost the whole last year under Arne Slot. In fact, before he came to Liverpool, he lost one match, Nottingham Forest. But it is the Carabao Cup 2-leg tie, so it's not the end of the world. Trent Alexander-Arnold came on again and played like, he never missed a step, really. He had a shot that was unfortunately saved off the line. We had many opportunities. Their new keeper, Kinski, pulled off some blinders, like a prime De Gea or Iker Casillas or whatever you want to call it. A Toldo, for example. He kept a clean sheet for them, and he is their third choice, maybe ahead of Fraser Forster, maybe second choice on merit. Allowed their youngster not to be in the firing line as well, but he pretty much kept them in the game. And Ange Ball, known for their attack, second best attack in the league after Liverpool, scored the goal. And fine, look, Liverpool are used to being underdogs, but are we really the underdogs? We're at Anfield, we're full 90 minutes, full steam ahead. We beat them 6-3 in the league, and let's go for it again. We don't have that opportunity until a month later, so time to regroup ourselves. Quansah, this is the questionable one. So Arne Slot mentioned that Quansah had been ill in the build-up to the match. He'd been ill, but they thought he was okay to compete. Quansah probably gave the yay. Of course a player would, especially a player in his situation. He needs the minutes. He needs to rebuild the confidence, get the mistakes out of his mind, out of his body. The past is the past, but he couldn't carry on. Not chest palpitations, but chest tightness, and you can't risk anything, really. I understand it. I'm a little bit under the weather as well. I still did my sprints, by the way. Check out the Making Success Inevitable channel. Definitely going to lose the dad bod this season. Oh, by the way, what did I buy? I bought this magnesium glycinate thingy. Sleep like a baby. This absolutely knocks you out. Apparently, it's like water retention and all that. A little bit dodgy for the stomach, but all good. Yeah. Oh, I'll keep on that and let you know how it goes. I digress just a little bit. Wataru Endo comes in at centre-back, very assured, reading of the game superb. Great leap, great aerial dominance, like a short player like Roberto Ayala. He can do the business in the air, leaping like a spring salmon. It's called Seishun, which means a springtime of youth. He looks like a baby face. He's got the youth on the side. He played centre-back nearly all of his career in the J-League as well, and he can cover both full-back positions, so he's a defensive body at the back. But injuries are mounting up. Obviously, Konate is working his way back to fitness from injury. Joe Gomez will be out for a few weeks, unfortunate, because he was picking up some momentum and some form as well. Jarell Quansah ill, luckily not an injury, so he will be reliable. And I do want to see Arne Slot learn from previous tactical mistakes in the way that when Joe Gomez and Quansah are on the pitch at the same time, Quansah is definitely long-term a centre-back, and I think the right play would have been to play Gomez at right back in that particular game against Anthony Gordon especially, but hey-ho, live and learn. Speaking of learning, you can trust Wataru Man Mountain Endo, the big E, Emperor Endo himself, to really shore up the back line and put in consistent performance, pass through the lines, and the teammates in Liverpool always trust him with the ball, and that's very meaningful for the fact that some fans think that he can't take a press and he's not very good at receiving the ball, which is utter tosh, because if he can't worm his way out of danger, he relays it back, or he'll win the foul, or he'll draw the foul. He's a very, very experienced player, and in the sixth position, you're always going to be under pressure, and doesn't matter how good you are in the sixth position, whether it's Thiago Alcantara or Alexis McAllister, on occasion, you will get robbed of the ball. Sure, he's not as silky in the dribble and the finesse and the lateral, bringing the ball, inviting the pressure, but you don't need to be. You have a role and you know your limits and you do what you can do to the best of your abilities. And he's a steady Eddie and reliable option. And I'd like to see Slot play more. Speaking of seeing players play more, Harvey Elliott as well. Now, Harvey Elliott was bigged up in the 10 position behind Szoboszlai. He should be fit now, even though he hasn't had an extended run of games. He's been in training for a while now. I would like to see him in that 10 position because I still think Curtis Jones is more effective as an 8 box to box as opposed to that out and out playmaker, because he has elements of being able to arrive late in the box to shoot, but he's not the biggest shooter. He's not the biggest through ball merchant, and he's not really, really good at offensive plays. He likes to hold the ball, and it's good when you're under the cosh, right? Really, really under the cosh in a high intensity game. You're thinking Man City or Real Madrid, for example. But when you're needing that creative spark and someone whose first mindset is offense, assist, and goals, I'd think Harvey Elliott is more suited to that position. And he does work hard, he does run. Granted, Curtis Jones is probably more effective in the press, but Harvey Elliott needs to be able to establish himself as a 10. Otherwise, he's really going to have an uphill battle to establish himself as a first team or even a squad member in Liverpool, because this is the kind of treasured time where he really grows into the kind of player that Bernardo Silva, David Silva, Juan Mata, Santi Cazorla, etc. Right? He needs time to become that kind of player. Speaking of which, giving opportunities to the rest of the squad as well. So Chiesa needs opportunities to get match fitness and show what he can add as well. And he's also a secret weapon for the fact that opposition won't know how Chiesa performs in the Liverpool match. Neither does Arne Slot or us Slot for that matter. But against Accrington Stanley, I'd love to see Quansah, Endo, Morton, Elliott, even maybe Jayden Danns and Harvey Elliott, right? All of them get the opportunity to show what they're about because they're talented players and hungry players. And sometimes, right, sometimes on the rotation, you take your players out of firing line and it adds that impetus, that freshness. They got a point to prove and it added a different dimension. In absence of Szoboszlai, who now people are realizing, even when his passing or his touch or his shooting isn't completely on form, his off-the-ball game, physicality, ability to impose his presence on the pitch, shut off lanes, press the opposition, act as an extra man to link up the play, right, is invaluable. He is definitely top 5 valuable players for the slot machine, the slot pressing Gengen aggression machine. Now you see the value of Alexis McAllister, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch as probably the first choice midfield, with Curtis Jones slightly behind them, Endo a little bit further behind them, but a viable option in the 6 for a destroying option as well, and every other player that can come into that midfield position. For example, Harvey Elliott was very trusted by Jurgen Klopp in the 8 position, even benching Jordan Henderson on occasion. On that 7-0 romp of Man United, Elliott started that particular game. So don't forget, Elliott can contribute from the 8 position and the right wing position and the 10 position, but he needs the match time to show what he's capable of. And speaking of what people are capable of, thank you so much to Genevieve Chua for rejoining Liverpool Fan in Japan members. Really appreciate you, my man. Here's my shout out to you. You've made my day. Domo arigato gozaimasu. Thank you to you. The games are coming thick and fast. We have Accrington Stanley on the weekend, right? Where we really, really need to batter them. Now, I don't say this lightly. We need to have a fantastically positive result and get the second string up to speed and up to form and in confidence as well, because sometimes Liverpool do have a January low and our back-to-back performances, which can really dent your motivation and dent your ideas and vision for the future matches, right? We have a big revenge match, a revenge arc against Nottingham Forest, who inflicted Arne Slot's first defeat last year, right, in the calendar year. We're going to need to win that one because they are top of the league, top 3 on merit with Liverpool. It's top of the table clash. They have a solid defense. They can always nick a goal. Nuno Santo Espirito has them working as a close-knit unit. We must win that game, right? You'd be surprised. It's not Real Madrid. It's not Man City. For Arne Slot's shadows to be banished from last season's encounter, because he says it time and time again, and it's clearly still in his mind, right? Maybe we threw away the few games because he's been prepping for Nottingham Forest. I kid. Hopefully. Yes, we need to beat Nottingham Forest because the games really do come thick and fast. It's Brentford away. After that, Thomas Frank chomping at the bit. Mbumo, Wisa, all of them will be right at it. Tough place to go. We need to gain points off that as well. And then 3 days later is Lille. Of the French team, French league, in the Champions League as well. It's like every 3 or 4 days we play, and I love that Fixture congestion, tiredness, lactic acid has got nothing to do with me. I'm a Liverpool fan. I want to see Liverpool play every single day. Oh, it's not realistic, but at least every 3 days. Fantastic. We have the squad to do it. You deserve what you get. We have the fixtures because of our successful previous season, which has got us in the Champions League. We are going through the rounds in the cup fixtures. So here we go. Welcome fixture congestion. That's the price to pay to be successful. We have the squad to manage our way through that. Now, I know people want the transfer window to solve all the solutions. FSG, open your coffers, open your wallet, so stingy, out, oh, walla, 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 that kind of thing. But really, right, here's the thing. What does Slot want? People wanted to kick Trent out after the Man United performance. You're weakening Slot's options. A world-class right-back who has the ability to unlock the door, helped us get points of Newcastle, Arsenal and Manchester City, knows the system, is the vice-captain, is well-respected in Liverpool, and no matter how bad and crap he performs or where his head's at, he, without a doubt, 100% loves Liverpool and will never purposely put in a bad performance because his whole family loved Liverpool and his friends, his close friends, love Liverpool. And he, intrinsically, will always love Liverpool until the day he dies. So there's no way that he will leave in January, especially not for 20 million, right? Because you'll be weakening Slot's hand and his options. And as a tactical coach, he's going to need that option on occasion because in the biggest of games, he's chosen Trent Alexander-Arnold ahead of Conor Bradley. Now, I don't care whether he chooses Bradley or Trent. Obviously, I would have my opinion and my choice, and it would be dependent on which one of the attributes facilitate the tactics to win that particular match, okay? But contract situations and media words and quotes mean nothing in comparison of getting back on track, winning the match to get through to the next cup round, or winning a match to get 3 points in the bag. Points on the board are better than games in hand, and we need points on the board to keep our momentum. Otherwise, when opposition get a sniff of vulnerability, they will turn the screw. You've always noticed when England are on the up, when England have won the kids, when a team is high and flying in the Premier League, all the media outlets reluctantly praise them, but are waiting for the opportunity, that vulnerability, that little chink in the armor to turn the screw and knock them down, knock them off their perch and really cause controversy. Did you hear the ridiculous media allegations that Liverpool had infighting and people had to be separated after the Man United match? Redonkulous. Slot is the boss. This is a channel of substance and abundance. He is the cream of the crop. He's so shiny. This channel is the cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop!
And he will have the situation under control behind the scenes because that is what he's paid for. That is the mantra and the mental ability of a top coach to handle the personalities, to handle the conflict, to handle confrontation, to handle controversy. And he's so well spoken in the media in the most pressured, cooked situation with questions that he probably can't preempt all of them in terms of answer, but he ad hoc has the spontaneity and the ideas and the genius to give an answer where the journalist and the media can't retort. You have to accept what he says. Now, if you've got the ability of that ilk in the media, you probably have an even stronger hand and grasp on handling the mood and the situation in the changing room, because by hook or by crook, none of the Liverpool players have a chance in holy hell of going against Arne Slot. He is the boss. He is control. Whoosh, they're all whipped. Literally. And when you have the Slot and Virgil van Dijk combining, absolutely, Van Dijk is captain on merit. Look at his aura. Look at his manliness. Look how big he is. Look how passionate he is. How much he loves Liverpool and how much he wants to win, with the death stares to Trent Alexander-Arnold and everyone else. Who in their right mind would cross the boss, Arne Slot, and go against Captain Van Dijk? It is not happening. And for the fact that Trent Alexander-Arnold has to appear every single day contractually to the AXA Training Academy to train and mingle amongst the lads, eat breakfast, do the training sessions, hit the gym. Bygones be bygones. They're loving it. They're loving life. They're paid well. Sure, fine enough. They got friends there. Everyone is encouraging and uplifting each other because all the lads need to perform for the Liverpool fan base to be happy. We support them if their morale is good, if they can perform Slot's tactics on the day and do their role, and we win, everyone is happy. So never forget that. That's what it's all about, being a supporter. Helping in every way we can. Constructive criticism is absolutely fine, but when the lads perform on the pitch and we win, everyone has a good week. Everyone has a fantastic week, which is why a lot of you, I think, visit my channel, because I will give you this perspective, this point of view where even if it's not all roses, there are some positives amongst the fawns. And there's definitely some fawns because we lost the game against Tottenham. Is what it is. Tottenham on their day can be anyone. They smashed Manchester City. They have a great attacking talent and great attacking array, and Arne Slot praised their ability to score that goal. It was a beautiful goal, he said. So don't forget what Slot said and what Slot wants. If Slot wants a centre-back, then sure, back him and get the centre-back. The long-term target on the list who's either going to be a first choice or a one-kid prospect in the making who won't mind being part of the rotation, knowing that Van Dijk starts 90% of games on the left, so you're not going to displace him. But on the right, in Konate's absence, in Quansah's mixed form, in Gomez's injury proneness as well, maybe he can secure a slot there. Or do you look at the longer term, a left-sided centre-back who can play at the left-back position as well, which means you're not going for a up-and-down bombing playmaking left-back like a Ait Nouri or a Anthony Robinson. You're looking more like a Hincapié, right? And not Inacio from Sporting, because he's not a good defender. He's a good ball player, but he only plays the back three as well. So it's not about the profile necessarily of the player that just fits that position. It's about really complementing Liverpool's solidarity as a unit, because we're dominant in the area and we have the ability to transition into three at the back with the wing backs, or a centre back playing up into the 6 DM position, or full back inverting alongside a double pivot as well. So also links with Omar Mamouche, right? A lot of people hysterical trying to interrupt Manchester City's bid for him. Manchester City need him in lieu of Julian Alvarez leaving to Atletico Madrid, for example. 50 million odd lighting up in Bundesliga. He's only had one standout season, which is this current season, gaining goals and assists. Maybe he's a late bloomer, 25 years old already, but where exactly does he play? 50 million spending out, unless he's a long-term target or replacement for Darwin Núñez or Diogo Jota. He's not an out-and-out number 9. He doesn't even play false number 9. He likes to have the inside forward channels. And on the left-hand side, we are overloaded with talent. Lucho Diaz and Gakpo have made it their own, but Núñez and Jota can also play there. And the right-hand side, he's never overtaking Mo Salah. And you're not going to have a Mamouche up front and Salah on the right. I can tell you that, because Mamouche doesn't play with his back to goal. At least he shouldn't do. So he's going to have to bide his time on the bench next to Darwin Núñez. And you don't sign a 50 million backup when actually we could be utilising it for other positions. So unless he's replacing a player, and we're not going to exchange any of our players or sell Núñez or Jota for the fact that they know the system, they know the pressing system, they have their rapport and chemistry with the teammates already. So that's absolute, a non-starter. Other players, potentially like Zubimendi as well, he won't leave the hometown club. It's a difficult transfer to pull off in January as well. And Ederson from Atalanta, Manchester City are linked with him, but they're in the Champions League and doing good things, and he's an essential player. So we'll probably have to overpay for him. Douglas Luiz, I've always liked Douglas Luiz at Juventus. He could be a viable option, knows the Premier League. But keep in mind, when we do have a fit squad, literally one legitimate first-team member has to drop out because we don't have enough places on the bench. And we've built up Chiesa up until this point to utilise him tactically, in terms of emotion, in terms of settling into Liverpool as well. He looks so chuffed to be there and wants to prove something. As an agent, dismiss rumours to Napoli as well. We're not loaning out Chiesa to anyone because he will be a weapon to be utilised for the second half of the season, because he is the right wing back up to Mo Salah, as Arne Slot said once again. So really looking at bringing a body in, unless they're good enough to make a contribution, which means they should be Premier League proven, they should be experienced and tactically intelligent as well, or have worked with Arne Slot before or a similar system. It's very, very hard to make a justification that they will actually help our cause for this season when the bunch of boys and players that we have under our disposal at the moment have got us into this position and will probably get us across the line, right? And noting that if you do pull the trigger on a player, they're traditionally more expensive in January, and you're taking that budget out of the summer transfer window, where Arne Slot can really, really target the biggest and best players on the list, and they're more willing to move, and their clubs are more willing to sell as well. And we have all the time to put the feelers in with the agents to get a bit of nookie, rubbing the shoulders to get them for a fair price or reasonable price as well. So all in all, I love transfers. I love a transfer. I really love a transfer. It's so exciting. It's something to talk about as well. But do we really need it? I would say only if there's that wonder kid prospect who, like Lucho Diaz to Tottenham, or like Cody Gakpo to Man United, or Coutinho from Inter Milan, a punt, or Sturridge who wasn't getting minutes at Chelsea, was it? From Man City to Chelsea, Chelsea to Liverpool. Then you take the opportunity because you won't get that player. Someone else will get him. So that's my take on it. Ultimately, What Arne Slot wants, I'm nearly positive he will get, for the fact that we are on the verge of really doing amazing things this season. This could be an era-defining season where I believe we will win at least 2 trophies. And I said at the start of the season, I think we'll win 2 trophies, especially the Premier League, because of the fact we are still top of the table in the Champions League and in Premier League on merit. And never forget, it's on merit. It's not by luck or by hook or by crook, or the other teams are faltering and they have their own issues. Liverpool have had the same issues. We lost Alisson Becker, our number 1 goalkeeper. We lost Diogo Jota, our starting number 9 as well. We lost many players through to injury, right? Bradley and Konate, for example, which started to kind of dip in form. So Liverpool have obviously had issues. But once again, I bring up the media. The media will look for any excuse. Arsenal will look for any excuse and, blame it for the next 20 years, the reasons why they're dropping points, above and beyond looking at themselves and what they could be doing better, or giving credit to the opposition for taking the points off us. And Slot gives credit to the opposition to say Tottenham won the match. They were better for the first 15-20 minutes, and then Liverpool took over. Liverpool could have been out of sight. We had shots. Nunes played amazing, but he's just so unfortunate. There's always Nunes. Either his shot isn't pinpoint to get in the goal, or the goalkeeper does an amazing save to stop it, right? So it's an important asset, because, as you saw again, Salah played him in behind, and that ball isn't usually played behind to a Lucho Diaz in that manner, from the diagonal through ball into the point where Nunes on the perpendicular diagonal will hit it 90 degrees towards goal. But that's the option it gives you. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Gakpo had a few opportunities as well, but he kind of got snuffed out as well. And Curtis Jones, yeah, he just didn't have the best of games. A little bit anonymous, isn't in good form at the moment, a legacy thing from the Man United game, which is why sometimes it's better to experiment, chop and change with Endo and then Elliott as well. The Quansah being ill thing, I don't know whether it was wise to start him. I would have started Endo at the back in that regard, right? But Slot, with one eye and one mind on Accrington Stanley match, maybe has promised Endo and Quansah and Chiesa and Elliott a starting berth in that match as well. So hopefully they can show good things in that match. But all in all, 1-0 isn't the worst result. Never forget, we turned over 3-0 against Barcelona. We turned over 3-0 against AC Milan. What is 1-0 against Anfield at Anfield in front of a packed crowd, where we hope to get to the final? A final is at stake and on the line here, and silverware is essential. Anyone who talks about dropping the EFL Carabao Cup, especially when you get to a semi-final, it's absolutely redonkulous. What kind of vibe and message does that send in the squad? It's a loser mentality. It's a loser mentality. There's nothing else to say about it. There is never a game in the history of Liverpool, no matter how much it might help a rival or your own situation, that you want Liverpool to lose or Liverpool to be eliminated. That is really defeatist, right? Because even if you exit a cup to reduce the fixture congestion, you have no guarantee and you're owed nothing. There's no entitlement at all for you to perform better in the next match. Zero. All you're doing is reducing your potential for that silverware in that particular competition, and reducing the opportunities for the fringe and second string players, or the players that need match fitness, for an extra fixture where they are likely to appear, gain confidence and work hard in training to appear in that next round to stake a place for their future at Liverpool or in the first 11. So there's my take on it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Every team has a dip. You can't be on top of the world forever. And especially this season, where we are on top of the world in every sense. Strongest squad, the best manager, top of the Champions League, top of the Premier League, opposition faltering, no clear opposition rival who are within touching distance. They're not within touching distance for now, because they are 6 points behind. We have a game in hand, which effectively makes it 7 points ahead because of goal difference as well. It's great time to be a Liverpool fan. Up the Reds, 2025, back the team, back Arne Slot, back Trent, back Nunes. As long as they wear the Liverpool shirt, you must back them, because they have the ability to make you happy by helping Liverpool on the pitch to win the match. That's all I want to say. Thank you, everybody, for joining me again. Should I do a live stream this weekend? What time is the Accrington Stanley match? I'm sure it's a late one for me. Let's do a Q&A. Why not? Shall we do a Q&A? Let me know in the comments below again. Let's do a Q&A. I think a lot of you enjoyed that, right? Q&A on Sunday, 1 p.m., which is 10 p.m. my time. You in it? In it to win it. Bling, bling. Cool. And the best way to support this channel is through YouTube membership, because YouTube don't pay peanuts, son. You know it. I know it. And I want to keep going with it as well, and convincing the missus that YouTube is great fun and can make a pretty penny as well. So please consider joining the YouTube membership. And just before I show it, special shout out to Jamie Rennie, Captain Has, Debs, P, and Christian. I have sent out your special Christmas cards, handwritten with my thanks for all your love and support, and a special message to your loved ones as well. treats and snacks galore inside. I hope you enjoy that Christmas New Year hamper. And Dennis, man, your one's coming very, very soon. I got a very special present for your little one as well. As an extra thank you for giving us the delicious strawberry tart cake over Christmas. We thoroughly enjoyed it. I am a foodie at heart, even though I'm trying to lose the dad bod. And John Trevenna, Dilip Vasudevan, Justification, Jeff, Elusive Glue. Big shout out to you too, Roman, for sure. Leonardo 1, Michael Chin, LB. Sincerely, thank you for being part of the Liverpool Fan in Japan All-Star members and Emperor Endo tier as well. If you'd like the handwritten card or the gifts, make sure to pop me an email or on the Discord a private message with your address as well, and I'll get that out to you as soon as possible. I know some of you have reached out to me to say that you aren't supporting me for the treats and goodies and out of the goodness of your heart and because of what I do. But once again, the offer is always open. I really love to show my thanks to you. Really, it means the world to me. I wouldn't be able to make this content and really be smiling all day and delighted to really look at your replies and comment directly, because I comment to every reply directly, without your love and support, because it really keeps me going as well and gives me justification to the missus that this is worthwhile spending my time. So really, thank you so much. I appreciate you sincerely. And I love to open goodies. We have a smart little one here from the British fam. They sent me this in a goodie bag. This is a tie. Now, it's been a while since I put on a tie since I'm work from home. But look, Liverpool tie, the Liverbird, dark blue, red, and white. Why not? To my delight, £12. Okay, not bad. Feels cushy, feels comfy. Let's see what we're dealing with. So, okay, let's roll this out. This reminds me of private school back in the day. My goodness, I actually won myself a math scholarship and then became a prefect through chess. The only chess badge ever. Okay, wicked. Let's give this a go. Why not? Styling and profiling. Huzzah. Here's what you get in the member section. Please consider joining. The best way to support the channel is through YouTube membership. Becoming a member will give you exclusive access to my tactical masterclass videos, as well as translations and analysis on Endo's book Duel, his vlogs, and my uncensored thoughts on other content creators. Each new member brings me closer to buying new Liverpool kits for Mushroom Boy Ato and Triple Me Mia as they grow up. The Wonder Kid tier gives you priority reply to your comments, as I will see the Endo emoji next to your name, as well as invites to live meet and greets in the future, member-only polls for video ideas, and custom emojis in chat for just under £3, cheaper than a Mackie D's triple cheese brunch and more fulfilling too. In the LFIJ All-Stars tier, you get early access to videos, member shoutouts in videos, Japanese snacks, and a custom commissioned Christmas card with my handwritten personal message to you for under £9. And in the Emperor Endo tier, me love you long time. Jump on for a 15-minute chat whenever suits every month and let's collab on Liverpool. Up the Reds! All members get exclusive access to the LFIJ lounge on Discord for that juicy and spicy banter in private. An exclusive member number and nickname that will go on your commission goodie. Yours to keep forever. So what are you waiting for? Join the membership and be part of the best community worldwide. Now hit my music.
Liverpool fan in Japan.